their dogs when they won't do as they're told. Bro, can you not? Oh, he's decided he wants to eat the food now, but his brother wanted to eat it. Hold on, I'll see what your issue is. Come on, I'll get you some food now, Bert. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to give you the same food as him as well this morning. Otherwise, he'll try and rob your food off you, lad. No, Ernie, you're not having a different packet of food. Can't win with these pair. Shout at the dogs and the dogs actually listen. Cats, however, are just a-holes as far as I'm concerned. Absolute a-holes. He didn't want the packet of food that I gave him because he prefers the blue packets, right? So I've given him a green packet today because there's more green packets left than there is blue packets. As soon as I've pulled another packet out of the cupboard to give to his brother, he's straight over them. He's like, oh, is he getting a different packet? No, he's not. He's getting the exact same packet of food that you're getting. I know you love me, Bert. I love you too. I'm sorry, but there's people in this world, yeah, that physically abuse their animals. They starve them, they neglect them. And you want to have a go at me for shouting at me, dog? I dread to think what your animals behave like in public. Or what your kids will turn out like. Oh, Luke, more viewers. Yay! Oh, thank you, Zoe. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I am the alpha of the eyebrows, I'm not. There's a girl on this app, I think her name's Shannon, who used to do eyebrows like this all the time because when she first started on TikTok, she always did thick eyebrows anyway, right? And then she started getting trolled for these eyebrows, so she started doing them more and more extreme every time she did them. So I can't really say I'm the goat with the eyebrows, but I get where she's coming from. Why should we fit the beauty standards? Why should we? Why should we not be able to put our makeup on, put our eyebrows on, however we want and however we're comfortable with? Yeah, but get out your brother's bowl. Ernie, don't you dare. He's like, I'm not really, Mum, just looking at the floor. Now I'm looking at the wall, now I'm looking at the ceiling, now I'm looking at you like, oh. Don't. See, he's got his eyes as well. It's like, he's doing a squint eye at me this morning. Side eye, bombastic. Good morning and thank you for the follow. Yes, I do. I'll go out in public looking like this. What's your problem? What dog have I got? I've got a Cane Corso and I've got an XL bully dog. This is my job. I'm sorry that you can't make TikTok a job and make it pay you like I can. I am happy, darling. Nitty. You shouldn't talk about yourself like that, KP. That's a bit of a rude way to talk about yourself in the morning, isn't it? I'm sorry that you're a nitty and that all you can get is a tiny little bits of, bits off the rock and you can't get a full rock. Mate, you picked a man over your kids. Well, it's not like I haven't told that story, is it? Good morning, Kirsty. How you doing, beautiful? Sugar. New day, new eyebrows. Brilliant rage bait, and it really does work every time. What gets me, though, right, Pink Panther, is why they gets their back so far up. How is it that just a set of eyebrows gets their back so far up in the morning? Oh, mate, my dogs are the least reactive dogs you will ever meet in your life. If you don't believe me, come round to my house and I'll show you my dogs. Actually, they growl them. What do you want me to do? Growl at it then? Do you want me to growl at it? Yeah. My dog would look at me like I'd lost the fucking plot. Oh, my Lord, they want me to growl at my dog, not shout at him. Dogs bark at their dogs, yeah? Correct? I have got a gate for my kitchen. I put it on my back door today. Stop telling me how to live my life. Maybe you should get your kids and go live 24/7. No, I like going live 24/7 because it pays my bills, sweetheart. It pays my bills. Stop being jealous. I do not have schizophrenia. No, I've got ADHD, OCD, and complex PTSD. The last time I checked, I'm just riddled with trauma. Do you know what I mean? I am strange, but that's because I don't want to be like everybody else. Grand Risings, the best. How are you doing? Mummy picked a guy over her daughter. You don't affect me, sweetheart. You don't affect me. If anything, you give me the chance to clap back and it pushes my views higher and higher and higher every single time you come in and make those comments. I don't lie about the fact that my kids don't live with me. I don't lie about the fact that I chose to stay in an abusive relationship. I made a shitty choice at the time, darling. I didn't exactly understand. Yeah, I made £5 sitting here. Mate, I've been sat here for 20 minutes and I've made a fiver. Where's your money, darling? Where's your profile picture, darling? You clearly don't have a job, you clearly don't have a life, and you clearly can't make any money out of TikTok. And that's why you don't like me, sweetheart. Thank you for the follow, Stacey. Thank you for the heart, me, Kirsty. I haven't ever shouted at my 4-year-old. Well, that's nice for you, isn't it, Michael? Because I shout at my kids all the time. I shout at my dogs all the time. I don't abuse them. I don't lock them in cupboards. I don't starve them. And I don't hit them. So I shout at them. Your point is? They're not marker pen, by the way. They're permanent tattoo eyebrows. Can't sugarcoat anything. Oh, that's not going to pay your bill. How do you know? Do you know what my bills are? Do you have copies of my bank statements to know how much I have to pay for everything? Oh, ignore a Pink Panther. She's pathetic. She keeps writing comment after comment after comment after comment because she's a desperate little weirdo who can't go live herself, doesn't have a profile picture because she's scared. Oh, God. Exactly. Thank you, KSB. Dogs become reactive because they're physically abused, not because they can't have more food. Oh, Lord Almighty, how dare I not let him eat the cat food? How dare I not let him steal the cat's food and starve the cats for the rest of the day? Good morning, Isabella. Thank you for the likes, Wendy. Good morning, Lisa Norton. Thank you for the follow. Good morning, Silver Labrador. Luna, big up yourself with your heart, me. Gary Chapman up there with a follow as well, don't you know? Good morning, Queen. How are we doing this morning, Diana? I've not needed to. I don't think there's a textbook that confirms shouting at kids or dogs. There isn't. So everybody parents differently, whether you are parenting a dog or whether you are parenting a child. Everybody does it differently, right? In all fairness, where the kids are concerned, I have grown as a parent and I shout less than I've ever shouted because I have begun to realise that with children in particular, shouting raises children who shout. Do you get where I'm coming from? Why am I shouting? Because I'm losing control in that sense. So with the kids, it's a little bit different now. I have a lot more discussions about things. So if I feel like I'm about to shout or they're about to shout, we will step back from the situation. I will say to the kids, right, go and have 5 minutes. I'll go and have 5 minutes. And when everybody's calmed down, we'll discuss what's going wrong. With the dogs, I can't have a reasonable discussion with the dog and say to the dog, oh, go sit in the corner for 5 minutes and think about your behaviour. Because it's a dog. Oh, my Lord. They're out in force every day of the week, yeah? Abuse equals physical. No, it doesn't. Are you dumb? Some of these people in these live streams, honestly, they either need to go to work or they need to go back to school and get an education. Smile at the haters and wave. Good morning, BuzzText family. Lorna, how you doing, beautiful? Mate, my cats are absolute a-holes. No, you cannot train a cat like you can train a dog. I sat there the other day, yeah, and finished me Donomy, and I turned round to talk to the other half like this. I looked round and the cat was on the side eating me Donomy. I was just like, what in the actual fuck is my life all about? And then the dog started barking at the cat because he could see the cat on the worktop eating the food. I'm a fairy. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. It's true. It's true. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for your team hearts. Are your lies so crappy? Yeah, they have to come in here every day now, Ibis, and put me down and tell me about me kids. They tell me about me dogs. They tell me about my life. They tell me about my eyebrows, because they're just sad, pathetic little trolls. Good morning, Nessa and Bert. Thank you for the follow. Oh, my gosh. Don't even try that. Please don't. Have I slapped or hit my dog, sweetheart? No, I shouted at it. I think you need to go to school, sweetheart. Yeah, clearly. I don't know why you're not in school for the day, but you're clearly a child. That's why you've just been blocked. Yes, I do wear my eyebrows like this when I go out. Dogs should be told if they're doing something wrong. Exactly. I'm good, thank you, Nikki. How are you doing? I'm never done shouting at my dog, mate. It never ends, that's why. It never ends with him, does it? Good morning, Sonny. I'm amazing, thank you. How are you this morning, hon? I refuse. I love you, I do, Abyss. I'm good, thank you, Nikki. How are you? I've put a tutorial up on my eyebrows. It's up on the profile today. Go and check it out for me, please, guys. Yeah, and my dogs know when they're doing wrong if I shout because their eyes go back. I'm not a goth, no, sweetheart. I plucked out, yeah, exactly. My mums are exactly the same as that, mate. I'll do anything to avoid the standards of the world. Exactly. I refuse to be a sheep. And that's exactly what Team Psycho does. I'm good, thank you, sweetheart. Johnny be good. Thank you for the follow. Exactly. You do you. Good morning, Sir Nodge. Yes, I am a Stokey duck. Yeah, King Corsos are not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. Good morning, Club Cheers. Yes, I do own an XL Bully, but you've just been blocked, so I'm not even going into that. Why am I purposely getting my scars in? Becky, why are you such a tramp? Quick question. Why are you such a tramp that you want to talk about my scars? What do you want me to do? Chop my arm off and not show my arm ever? Sit like this then, because this isn't obvious, is it? Do you know what I mean? Let's sit like this so that Becky's not affected. Do you know what I mean? No, my eyebrows are tattooed like this. Kids are at school, yes. Good morning, DMC. Not a job. Mate, if it pays, it is a job. Does it make out you told the story? Doesn't make it okay that you told the story? Did I say it was okay? Did I say it was okay, or do you need me to shout for you because you're at the back of the queue and you're not an educated person? Did I say it made it okay? No, go away, you pathetic little cretin. Look at you with your football picture. Oh, we like football. We like men that get paid hundreds of thousands of millions a year to chase after a ball on a pitch. But we don't want to pay the same amount to paramedics or the armed forces, darling. No. It says everything about you, though. That does, doesn't it? Good morning, Dee. Thank you for the follow. Mate, the hate doesn't bother me in the slightest, right? At the end of the day, yeah, you can bring up my past all you want. I was there. I lived it. I've lived through it, and now I'm on the other side of it. And the best bit for me recently is the realisation that the better I do in life, the more I change my life for the better, and the more I succeed, the more they fucking hate it. Good morning, Nanny Serena. Welcome on in again this morning. New day, new group of trolls, new day, more money to be made from them. No, my kids don't live with me, Chris. Oh my God, Chris Jinx is a full-time daddy to 2 boys because that's all he's got to shout about in life. Fuck off. Oh, Lord. Big and bushy. I know, exactly. Stands out, doesn't it? Stand out from the crowd, me. It gets their attention, that's for sure. But what they fail to realise is it's rage bait, darling. Rage bait. I get me rod and I get me bait and I put it out and I wait for the fishies to bite. And guess what? Every time I come live, they bite at the moment. I will always keep being me. Thank you, Red Runes. I'm not here to change for anybody else. I'm not here to hide my shit. I'm not here to lie about who I am or where I've been in life. Yeah, I'm here to make money. Do you know what I'm saying? That's got people's backs up as well. Oh, she used to be a free community. And then we heard her sat there asking for a universe. Oh, God, I'm having so much fun with being trolled, honestly. Hey up, me fellow Stokey. You're all losing your minds. Yes, the eyebrows are rage bait. And guess what? It works very, very well. Oh, God. I'm glad we blocked her. I tell you what. Good morning, Hayley, and thank you for the follow. Good morning, Shazza Beautiful. How are you doing this morning, Queen? Good morning, Caitlin. Thank you for the follow. Amy, thank you for loving our psycho vibe. We're going to get to work in a minute as well. I've got all the stuff ready in the front room. Hi there, darling. How are you? I do miss my daughter. I miss my daughter dearly. I miss my sons dearly. It's not something that I take lightly. I know I make a lot of jokes and I know I put on a face and a facade with it, but there is not a day that goes by that I don't miss my kids. Sometimes I have to keep myself out of that emotion to stop myself. Do you know what I'm saying? The only part that makes it a tiny bit easier is I know who they're with. I know that they're very well looked after. I know that they are very much loved where they are and they're having one of the best childhoods they could have had. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, the family that my children live with now, they have life a little bit better than we have it. Do you know what I mean? They don't live in a council house. They both work jobs and they earn quite a bit of money from those jobs. But this is the other thing that you have to remember. Financially, foster carers, these are people that get paid to look after these children. They get paid towards the clothes. They get paid towards the activities. Do you know what? All these things count. And my kids are having a great time with this woman. They really are. They're having a great life. I got pictures yesterday of my son's birthday. Now, they're the moments that hurt me the most. Do you know what I mean? Not being there for their birthdays, not being there on Christmas morning. That's what hurts me. But I'm not going to lie and say that it wasn't my mistakes that got me there in the first place. Chris, let's have a look at you then this morning. Oh yeah, you're the full-time daddy to two boys that probably doesn't have a job, you know, and makes excuses about it. Do you know what I mean? Your kids are probably in high school by now, but you don't go to work because I've got to pick up the kids from school every day. What, do you want a pat on the back? Do you want a pat on the back for being a single dad, sweetheart? I was a single mother for 5 years solid before all that shit happened. I met someone who at the time I absolutely loved and adored. And at the beginning of that relationship, I was with this guy for 7 years. The beginning of the relationship with that guy, it was amazing. The guy helped me financially. The guy actually helped me mend my relationship with my mother that I didn't have at the time. The guy was amazing. Unfortunately, during that relationship, he went to jail through no fault of mine. He went to jail because he's an idiot. While he was in jail, he was on substances. When he came out of jail, he was a different person. A completely different person to the guy that went in. And he's still not the same now. And I'll tell you everything about that right now. I've changed my life since that shit happened, right? I've changed my life. I'm in a healthy, loving relationship, and I have been for the past, it'll be 5 years in February. I've got my own business. I'm working for myself. I'm earning my money. I pay for my kids as well, by the way, just before you criticise. I pay for my kids. I ring up the foster carer and text her on a regular basis to ask how they are, ask how school's going, ask if there's any extra support she needs from me. I ask her if they need anything financially. Do they need new shoes? Do they need new coats? And she'll always say to me, oh, you don't have to buy that. I do, because I'm their mum. They might not live with me. Do you know what I mean? I might have failed in that sense, but they're still my children. I still made the decision to lie down and make them, and I still made the decision to give birth to them. Do you know what I mean? So why shouldn't I pay for them? When we go out for activities and days out, technically the local authority should pay for those activities. They don't. I pay for all that. And I have done for the past 5 years. And I will continue to. My children will never come back to live with me, right? I don't want my children to come back and live with me. And I'll be very, very honest with you about why I don't want to bring my children home. It's not because I don't want them. I am a Stokey and I am from Cheshire. And I'll look at you. What? What did she just say? She's not going to fight for her kids. It's not the right decision to make for my children. I'm sorry that you don't like it. I'm sorry that it really affects you. It's not the right decision to make for my children. My two little boys that live with these foster carers have lived with this foster carer since one of them was 6 months old and since one of them was born. Yeah? To bring them into my home now, after 5 years of living with somebody else, that'd be at their detriment. Yes, it would be something that made me happy, but it wouldn't be good for them. And that was a really hard decision to make this year. To make a decision to not fight for my kids. That's hard. Because despite the fact that I've been a bit of a shitty parent and chose to stay in an abusive relationship, I've always fought for my kids. In every other sense of the word, I've always fought for my kids, and I've said to myself, I'll fight for my kids until the day that I'm not here no more. But it's a different fight now. The fight is to keep them in a home where they are safe, happy, and stable. The fight now has changed. It's a different fight now. The fight is to make sure that they get the help and support that they need to deal with their mental health issues as they get older. The fight is the fight to stop them from going through any trauma that I went through. The fight is to make sure that they don't turn into victims of abuse themselves. And the fight is to make sure that they don't turn into abusers themselves. So I've not given up. I had to come to terms with the fact that I've not given up the fight. I'm still fighting for what's best. Exactly. And you all do. You all do. You all judge me without even knowing me. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what I went through either. You don't know why. A lot of you don't know why I lost my kids. I lost my kids because I was with a man that was abusive and I didn't see that it was abuse. No matter how many people told me he was abusive, no matter how many people told me that I was worth more than him, I have to be with them. Every time he would abuse me, whether it be physical, mental, financial, or whatever, I would justify it by saying, but he does this, he does this. He's great with the kids. And he was. I'm going to be really honest with you. He was great with the kids. When he wasn't abusing me in front of the children, he was great with my children. He was kind. He was caring. He would take my daughter off to Asda for a couple of hours to give me a break. He would buy her whatever she wanted while she was there. And she never had a bad word to say about him in that sense. But what I couldn't see was I couldn't see the woods from the trees. I couldn't see that the abuse he was putting me through was having an effect on her. And to be fair, right, it's only now that she's a bit older that we've started to have discussions together, me and my daughter, that I really do feel guilty. Do you know what I mean? I really do feel guilty because I can now see it. Do you know what I mean? I can see that what I was doing by carrying on being in that relationship was wrong. And the hope is, do you know, I can't really keep up with the comments right now, guys, but my hope is that any of you that see my story, any of you that are in abusive relationships, or any of you that are in toxic relationships, you find the strength to walk away before you lose your kids. I lost everything. My kids were everything to me. And if you research into my records, right, other than the domestic abuse that was going on in my home, my children were fed, well looked after. They attended school like they were supposed to. They attended doctors, hospital appointments, everything else like they were supposed to. They were just stuck in an abusive home. And do you know what? We'll do some more trauma talk tomorrow morning. I do trauma talks on a regular basis because I was able to access therapy after this relationship. And what therapy made me realise was the reason I was in those relationships with abusive people, because he's not the first person that's abused me. The reason that I went into relationships like that, the reason I stayed in relationships like that, is because of the trauma I'd been through as a kid. I grew up in an abusive household myself. I promised myself as a child that I would make sure my children never experienced that. And although my children's parents aren't, you know, me and their dad aren't crackheads and smackheads, yeah. Thank you for the phone. But yeah, so madness. Yeah, I am still on TikTok, Sophie. I'm so sorry you're affected by it. Hey, up, duck, only from Sandbach. No, you're not. Okay. No way. I was born in Sandbach, mate. Born and raised. Thank you all for the gifts. Oh my God, will you stop asking? Can you not get the kids back? I don't want the kids to come back. I don't. I want my children to stay where they are happy and where they are settled, darlings. That's what I want. I want them to have the life that they deserve. And to pull my children away from people that they have lived with for 5 years is not in my children's benefit, whether people agree with it or not. It's not in their benefit. I'm not on benefits, babes. Sorry. I'm not on benefits. It's all clout chasing fodder. I don't claim benefits. I'll tell you the story about that as well. So I was in this abusive relationship. I had to quit my job while I was in this relationship because he would harass me while I was at work. He would show up at work before I'd finished. He would ring me constantly. If he couldn't get through to my mobile phone, he'd start ringing the work number. He'd accuse me of sleeping with my boss, who was gay, and I mean gayer than gay can be. Like, oh, darling type gay. Yeah, apparently I was sleeping with him at work because I wasn't answering the phone. So I had to quit my job. Right, I've worked all my fucking life. I've done so many different jobs, it's unreal. But I had to quit that job because of him. So I ended up on benefits. And I hated it, if I'm perfectly honest. There's no motivation when you're on benefits because you know you're going to get your money in your bank every couple of weeks. Do you know what I'm saying? But then you're living on the bare minimum. This is what gets me when people are all jealous and in the feelings about people that claim benefits. You're living on the bare minimum of life. You're not living life. You're getting up every day with no purpose. You're not working. You're not earning your money. And then you're being downgraded by society for daring to ask for help. Oh my God, she's a scumbag, she is. She's on benefits. Oh my days, how dare she need any help in this world? So last year, between me and my peoples on TikTokies, we decided that because of how crafty I am and because of how I was going to go and make my own business. Good morning, Mad Hatter Mel. So that's what I did. I set the business up last year. I got a lot of the materials that I needed together using that benefits money because it benefited me. Good morning, Rednecks. And this year, I was fortunate enough to be able to ring the job centre and say, can we end my claim, please? I don't want benefits anymore off you. I don't think I need my benefits anymore. I do see my kids on a regular basis, yeah. Bear with me. Let me find one a little man. Very quickly. He's fucking beautiful. So yeah, I rang him up. I said, I don't want benefits no more. Do you know what the funny thing is? Do you know how many times I've been mass reported since I signed off? I've signed off benefits myself and I've been mass reported for claiming benefits. I think it's fucking hilarious. Thank you, darling. There he is. There's one of them. It was his birthday on Monday. Isn't he beautiful? Isn't he the most squishy, beautiful little boy you've ever seen in your life? I'm a fuck up, mate. I'm not going to lie about the fact that I'm a fuck up. I am a fuck up. If you give me something good in my life, 9 times out of 10, I will fuck it up. If there is one thing that I have not fucked up, I've had some beautiful children. Beautiful, beautiful children. I've got an elder son. My eldest son is interested, I think, in going into the armed forces. My second son, who's older, he is looking into going into the Navy. And then I've got the 3 babbies. I've got my daughter who's 11 who wants to work in a zoo. Because she's got an affinity with animals. She wants to be a zoologist when she's older. And then I've got Ezekiel who's 5. I'm not going to tell you what he said to me the other day when I asked him what he was going to do when he was older. He's fucking dog-minded, he is. I will, actually, because it's hilarious. I turned around to Zeke the other day. I was like, Zeke, what do you want to be when you're older, mate? What are you going to do when you're older with yourself? And go and schmill everyone. I couldn't fucking breathe for about half an hour. I was like, mate, that's not a job. And that's not an appropriate thing to say. But he's 5 and he's got autism. And he just says what comes into his brain. He doesn't like people either, I'm not going to lie. My son does not like people in the slightest. I'm all right for mods, thank you, darling. I'm more worried about the fact that my phone's barely charging because we've got 337 people and TikTok's going mental in the background. But yeah, what do you want to be when you're older, Zeke? What do you want to do with yourself when you're older? I want to. Everybody. He's definitely my fucking kid. He's definitely my mum's kid. Oh no, that had me in stitches, that did. We had to tell him it wasn't appropriate, obviously, but no, it was brilliant. That was a class moment, that was. And then I've got Abraham. That's who I've just showed you on the screen, yeah. Abe's just Abe. Abe's a bundle of energy. He's the kind of kid you have to medicate to make him go to sleep. And he's just all over the place all the time. He's like a little pocket rocket. Do you know what I mean? He's like this all the time. And then he's like this all the time. And he's fucking brilliant. He is. He's absolutely brilliant. I'm so proud of my children. Despite the fact that I fucked up and failed my children, I've got some beautiful, amazing, intelligent children. I'll fucking swear however the fuck I fucking want to, because we love fucking TikTok Shop, and I'm fucking TikTok Shop affiliated, and I'm TikTok affiliated. So fuckity fuck. Don't you like it? Get out. I'm a grown up. If I want to swear, I'll swear. No, I'm not redoing my eyebrows because, darling, they're working. They got you to come in my live and comment on them, so they're working, darling. Why would I want to change them? Thank you for the backup. Hey, thank you for the team heart. Could sit here all day, literally. Why did I pick biblical names? So, my eldest is called Joshua Peter Michael. My second is called Zachary Peter Raymond. My daughter has not got a biblical name. She's named after, it's an Indian Jamaican name. It means angel face. And then I've got Ezekiel Malcolm Luther. And I've got Abraham Ishmael Jacob. I know you feel bad for my kids, but I feel bad for your mother for having to give birth to you, mate. She should have swallowed you at birth. How about that? I don't know. Thanks for finding me, though. Much appreciated. My daughter's name is Elisa Jade. Elisa literally means angel face. Yes, I do have a partner. We've been together for 5 years. And believe it or not, he goes out with me in public looking like this. Thank you all for the follows. Good morning, Amanda. I'm good, thank you. Beautiful. How are you? Thank you. So I had my boys. I named my boys after Bible names because I think they're very classic, strong names. So you've got Saint Joshua, Saint Peter, and Saint Michael. Hello, fellow Stokey. I am a Stokey, me duck. Then I've got Zach. Zach is named after, obviously, Zach in the Bible. He's then named after Peter. Both my sons are named after Peter because that's my granddad's name. And then Zach's also named after his other granddad, Raymond. Everybody hates Raymond. No, I'm joking. And then I've got Elisa. Then with the boys, I went for something a little bit different. So thank you, darling Alison. We are family. Can I say thank you to everybody that's gifted me as well? If I'm not seeing your gift and I'm not saying thank you for every gift that you send, please don't think that I'm an ignorant bitch. I'm just all over the place with trying to keep an eye on that and trying to keep an eye on with me. Brother, go away. I then got Ezekiel, which is not only is it a Bible name, it's also in the Quran and it's also in the Torah. Ezekiel, I chose something a little bit different for with his middle names. With Ezekiel, I chose to go for Malcolm, as in Malcolm X. And then I chose to go for Luther, as in Martin Luther King. Ezekiel is a mixed race little boy. Do you know what I mean? So I went for something that had a little bit of meaning with him in the middle, because you have Malcolm X on one side of the freedom fight for racism. No, my kids don't live with me. I do have a child that